Welcome to another episode of Mostly Sci-Fi. My name is Mostly Sci-Fi, and I am your host. Please like and subscribe, and yeah, donate to the Patreon if you can. Good news, guys. Good news, and the good news is that I have got my first Patreon. My first patron, $3 a month. I'm very grateful. Thank you, Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown is my first patron, and I am very, very happy. What can I say? I'm quite happy at this. So, thank you, Mr. Brown, for that. And here you have the tiers here. So if you ever wanted to try, you can. And I would appreciate more patrons. Like I said, I want to do this as like a full-time job. I like my job, but I don't want to be there next year. I want to just transition into just do YouTube. Okay, there's a lot of people I admire right now that are doing YouTube and they're managing to make a life out of it. I'm just gonna take the plunge and do it. Whether I have patrons or not, I'm probably most likely gonna take the plunge. So hopefully I have some support from you guys. I'm gonna be doing a lot more reading, a lot more analyzation. The last one we did is Dark Mother. I have already two of them now. So we have Dark Mother and we have Deep Black. Okay? So we have Dark Mother and Deep Black. And I advise you just to take a look at it. You might like it. Take a listen. We're going to have a lot more of these types of analyzations and stuff like that. And that seems to be what people want to do. So I'm going to start doing that. And Easter's coming, right? So Easter, I'm going to be making another Alien Revival. So that will be part 5. And I'm also going to be working on Bud Hopkins, right? So I was doing some stuff with Bud Hopkins. You know it, right? Intruders. So I'm going to be doing, I think it's a chapter 6, if I do recall. So I'm going to be starting on chapter 6. I don't know if I'm going to be finished by Easter vacation. I may be, because his stuff tends to go like really long. Like each chapter is like over an hour. Okay, which takes me like three hours to do that for 1 hour. Okay, so I'm going to be doing that, and I'm going to be working on Alien, basically Revival Part 5. Okay. But what we are here right now to talk about is Jonathan Majors. So the Jonathan Majors affair is getting more and more interesting. Okay, it's getting very, very interesting, or very, very interesting. And I don't know if Jonathan Majors is going to have a lifeline. And the reason why I say this is because I told you I graduated from SUNY Purchase, and they have these types of like, we're in these groups, we're in like these types of circles where when someone says something about somebody is usually true. And so what's going around with Jonathan Majors is that he is a sociopath. Okay. Now, the lady that accused him of being a sociopath, there's two people that have accused him of this. One of the ladies said that he wasn't physically abusive, but he was emotionally abusive. He is an emotional like monster. That's what they're saying. Okay. Now, in this time of snowflake heaven in America, all these words people get offended by. Okay, so we're gonna need a little bit more context now, so you can kind of discount what the first person said, and that was I forgot who this lady was, because I told you in the last video there was a lady that said this kind of stuff about Jonathan Majors. I don't know if it's a lady or a guy. I think it's a lady, and she was a director. She or he was a director, and said that he's very this volatile, violent, like emotionally violent, emotionally like a really bad person, a sociopath. Okay. Now with me, I'm like, if it's just words, he should be back. He should. This shouldn't affect his Marvel career. Okay. If it's just words, to hell with you. Like, go put on your diaper or something. Stop being such a pansy. Okay. Um. So she already said that it's only words, but they like really bad, hurtful words. Come on, to stop it, right? And she put her stuff on mute or whatever. So she put her stuff on mute, and or what do you call that? Like private. She put both of the accusers, the other accusers, put their Twitter files on private. The second one, we don't know if it's physical or mental, but they just said they reiterated that there's a whole bunch of women coming up and texting this woman saying, yeah, he did that to me too. So that might solidify the physical aspect. Okay. He is being arraigned. Like he just got, I don't know if he got charged. Okay. So he went to the courthouse, right? And I guess what they call arraigned or something. So he had to go to court and stuff. He did not have to pay bail, but when the thing is, when the police came to get him, because whoever called the police, whatever, because we don't even know who called the police, because they're just trying to confuse everything, to obfuscate everything. So we don't know who called the police. But what we do know is when the police came, what happened was that she had scars on her neck. Okay, and she had other scars on her persons, but she had something on her neck. I don't know whether she had to go to the hospital or whatever, but she had scars on her neck. Okay, this is very important, because what he's being charged with is strangulation, but they're saying that she recanted her statement. So if she recanted her statement, why is he in a courthouse? I don't know. Right? He's being charged with something else. So it's like something else. Like, I don't even want to say battery. But it's something. Okay, but she recanted the state. He's not being charged with strangulation yet. He's only being charged with the other thing. But, okay, you might say, okay, then that's a wrap, because okay, he didn't. But she got scars on her, and you could have said, oh, she could have did it to herself or whatever. Who knows? But the most damning evidence against Jonathan Major is that she filed for a restraining order against him. So usually when women file for restraining orders, it's not because a woman is beating the hell out of the man. It's because the man did something to the woman. Okay, now here's what I think. This is only conjecture. Here's what I think went down. Okay, they was gonna go home together. They girlfriend and boyfriend. She white girl, whatever. He liked dipping Hershey chocolate and Dove, which is cool. White chocolate is cool too. And so, they're having a vibe, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. But he's Jonathan Major. He's going to be getting all types of girls giving him messages. And they're a little drunk, and she wants to see the messages. And he's like, nah. Because he's getting caught. He got caught because there's a lot of women who want to be with him. And she knows that he has a sociopathic behavior. This is only my conjecture, okay? I'm only making assumptions. She knows that he has sociopathic behavior and that he's on top of the world right now. He's on cloud 9 and lots of women hitting him up, and she knows he gonna go for one of those women or whatever. And he's flipping through his phone, and all these women are contacting him, one or two, and he's like, yo, let me see your phone, give me your phone. And she might be like mentally whatever, right? And he's like, no, I'm not. And then maybe she kind of like, give me your phone. And then he was like, yo, did you just touch me? And just like started strangling her, like, bitch, don't you touch me, like. And I don't think he like smacked her up, because if you do that and you got your driver in front, but I think he kind of like maybe put his hands on her neck or something like that. I don't think she gonna put her hands on her own neck, right? But he may have put his hands on her neck, and it made scars because he's drunk. It just happened with a real famous person, with the guy. Who's that guy that does the UFC? Okay, Dana White. They was drunk, and then he started beating the hell out of her, right? And then she kind of forgave him, because that's the wife, right? He's gonna get away with it because she kind of forgave him. But yeah, he was choking her out, and then he's like, shh. And then maybe one of them called the police. The police came, saw the scars, and then it's done. I believe that the most damning evidence is the order of protection. Just look at the law. That's all you got to do. Don't look at what the media is telling you. Look at what the police are doing. Look at what the law is doing. The law. She said, I need him to be away from me. I got an order of protection. Why do you have order of protection? That means you scared of him. That you scared he gonna beat the hell out of you. He had an interview with some movie magazine or something, and he made a quote. Well, you could go check the quote somewhere. He made a quote that said, I wouldn't want to run into me in a dark alley. That's what he said. But he also said, violence is never the thing, or some other stuff. But at the same time, in that same interview, he said, I wouldn't want to run up to me. I wouldn't want to run up to me alone in a dark alley. So you got that. And then you got that he is a military brat. Like, his father was in the military. I don't know if his father was in the Marines or something or whatever. Like, I think he worked for some space kind of thing. And he was always moving around because of military. And you know how disciplined military men are. Like, they just don't let women fly off the handle, pretty much. You're pretty stern. You might catch the back of the hand. And he grew up around military men they like order. They don't like chaos. And so she was chaos, and maybe he had to smack fire out of her, or he had to like hold her by the neck. And then he realized, oh shoot, I'm a superstar. And then he let her go, but it was already too late. That's what I think. Like, they drunk and stuff, and it's happening, and he's a military man, and she's doing stuff to rile him up, and then he chokes her, and then he realized, oh shoot, I'm Kang. So I gotta stop. This is gonna cost me millions of dollars. And so this is gonna be the problem. If those allegations from those two people on Twitter, and they bring all those people, because one of the ladies said, I'm getting text messages after text messages after text messages of women saying what this guy did to them. I mean, I'm talking about like, not, we don't know the magnitude. We know that it's physical abuse. That women is coming. It's not RAPE, is physical and mental abuse. And he's getting me too like crazy. And I don't know if he's gonna be able to get out of this unless Disney can shut these people up, because this con thing is gonna make $1 billion. They got enough money to pay them all off. Okay, I think they got contingency plans where they say, well, if this guy's he's, I think they got insurance where it's like, okay, this guy is black, he's muscular. What's the likelihood that he's gonna get into trouble? It might be a high likelihood, so we're gonna have to have insurance, like black man insurance, black muscle man insurance, like this kind of thing, where okay, he gonna have girls doing this and that, saying this and that. He's gonna like to stick his thing in so many women. We have about 2 or 3 million to give to for them to be quiet, because what we're gonna do, we're making $1 billion off of Avengers 5, because this is called Avengers 5. I don't know if the team's coming back. I'm sure it's gonna be everything's gonna be different, but they trying to make $1 billion off of this, and so they have a contingency plan where they probably have $5 to $10 million, maybe not even 3, 5 to 10, where they paying off these people to shut up. Because I know the girlfriend want a payday. She know he's probably an asshole. I mean, I like Jonathan Majors, but you're a superstar. You're gonna be a butthole. Like, to get where you are, you gotta be an asshole. I'm sure you gotta be a narcissist. You gotta be this. The problem is that Josh Brolin was beating the hell out of his wife and nothing happened to him, right? And Ezra Miller is like kidnapping mother brothers and nothing happened to him. So if they take like this guy out of Disney, I'd be like, yo, that's crazy. That's double standards, right? But if he gets thrown out, like, that's like almost a double standard, because Ezra Miller is like, he's doing crazy stuff. He's throwing chairs at people, and he's still able to do his thing. You know, as long as you're on the right side of the political aisle, you could kind of get away with some stuff. You know, the thing what happened with Gina Carano, all she said is she said something that's like frivolous, and they destroyed her career for that. You know, which I don't think is fair at all. Like, Marvel just didn't even give her a chance. They just like, up, she's a white woman, she's Diesel, she's strong, up, she's out of here, right? It was good for the goose, good for the gander, but I do hope that Jonathan Majors is innocent in this, because I really like him as an actor. But based on my experience of being in those circles of performers and stuff like that, of singers, dancers, and all that, they all have their little enclaves. I don't know if Disney's gonna have to pull some acrobatic moves. That's all I'm saying. Um, so this is mostly sci-fi. Well, mostly.